Victoria 3 has been out for almost 4 months now, and many people are wondering, what is the future direction of the game? For starters, we can clearly see that the game on launch wasn't the game that the devs fully envisioned. Since they've been changing around many of the features to make it similar to how VIC2 was, and may be preparing the game for a new DLC in 1.3. While this DLC is not officially announced yet, I imagine that over time, they will want to get some paid content for working on the game for months without an additional paywall. It's just kind of how Paradox operates. Looking to the future of what they're adding in 1.2, the devs have been working to make the game run better, with better performance issues, and improving how the AI works to make it more interesting and historical for players. They've also made the UX significantly cleaner, helping you understand why nations are mad at you diplomatically, understanding why there are issues with your war or how the war stats are working, and just cleaning up the design of the game. And they have modified how your directives in wars work, making it easier to push your army in directions you want. Similarly, they've modified the economy, making it significantly easier to automate and kind of tacking on to the VIC2 capitalist system, allowing you to have capitalists build up your nation. The devs have been tweaking and adding various new buildings, changing around how text works, and how many of the resources work. While there have only been a few dev diaries released for the new 1.2 update, I imagine we will continue to get great new additions, and eventually they will announce a 1.3 update that will include a new DLC and massive new features. When you compare the players' playing stats of VIC3 to other games, such as EU4 and HOI4, the numbers do look very similar, where many players are playing on launch, but quickly stop playing until later DLCs or updates come out. This is pretty normal for Paradox games, as it usually takes months to years to eventually refine them to make them enjoyable for many of the players who bought them. So I understand why VIC3 may be suffering right now, but I hope that Paradox will be able to improve it for the future, especially with the concern that it may become a game like Imperator that never reaches its full success and eventually peters out. Overall, I think the game's direction is positive, but I'm still unsure whether or not I will fully enjoy the end product. 1.2 does look promising, but it's still a long stretch away from what I expected of VIC3 coming in as a VIC2 player and playing other Paradox games. And I'm still partially concerned that the dev team doesn't understand the vision of what most players want. I know that VIC3 is mainly an economic game, but it's still severely lacking in many parts of the game that can make it significantly more than it is right now. I will say that multiplayer and various mods are good for the game and make it significantly more fun, but these shouldn't be needed for such a new and modern game. Hence, the future of VIC3 is questionable. If you still haven't bought the game, I would wait and see what Paradox brings. And if you're thinking of going back, maybe you should try it again, but it still won't live up to what you expected if you're coming from VIC2 or other Paradox games. Sincerely, Wonder Productions.